Hey guys, how are we doing today? So in today's video, we're actually going to go over prime factorization. So we're going to go over what prime is, what composite is, and how to do the prime factorization. So a prime number is a number, okay, it is only prime if is prime if it should say if it is only divisible by 1 in itself. So it needs to be divisible by only 1 in itself. Or a prime number is prime if and only if the factors are 1 in itself. So when you multiply, right, because divisibility and factorization, they go hand in hand. Being divisible and the factors go hand in hand. So it can only be divisible by 1 in itself, which also means that the only factors are 1 in itself. So 3, okay, and factors is multiplication. So if we look at 3, the only thing that you can multiply to get to 3 is 3 times 1. 3 times 1 equals 3, right? That's it. You can't multiply anything else to get to 3. So only factors. So the only factors of 3 are 3 and 1. Which means 3 is only divisible by 3 and 1. So 3 is prime. Okay. Now, just as a heads up, prime numbers are odd. Not all odd numbers are prime, but prime numbers will always, except for 2, will always be odd. 2 is the only even prime number. So 7. The only thing we can multiply to get to 7 is 7 times 1. 7 times 1 equals 7. So the only factors of 7 are 7 and 1. And 1. Okay. So that means 7 is only divisible by 7 and 1. And only. It's not divisible by anything else. So that means 7. Okay, that means 7 is prime. Another prime number would be 5. The only thing that you can multiply to get to 5 is 5 in itself. So, another example of a prime number is 29. As you see, these are all odd numbers. Not every odd number is prime, but every prime number will be odd except for 2. So, think about this. Can you multiply by 2 to get to 29? You can't. There's nothing. It's not even, so you can't multiply by 2. 3, 9 plus 2. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 is not divisible by 3, so you can't multiply by 3. It's not even, so it's not multiple by 4. It doesn't end in 0 or 5, so it's not divisible by 5. So there's really nothing but 1 and 29 that lets you multiply to get to 29. So 1 times 29 equals 29. That's it. There's nothing else you can multiply to get to 29. And I'll show you some composite numbers in the next slide. So the only factors of 29 are 29 and 1. 29 is divisible by only, so only 1 in 29. Therefore, 29 is prime. Okay. So those are some examples of prime numbers. So for a list of prime numbers, okay, we can say 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, not 15, not 16, 17, not 18, 19, not 20, not 21, not 22, 23, not 24, because 6 times 4 equals 24, not 25, because 5 times 5 equals 25, 26, okay, there's 27, well, nope, not 27, alright, so those are some examples. There's a whole list, okay, you can probably Google it and find a whole list of prime numbers, but those are some examples of prime numbers, guys. Alright, so let's go on and let's move on to composite numbers. So, composite. Composite is, a number is composite if it has factors other than 1 in itself, okay? So that means there's other things that you can multiply to get to that number besides 1 in that number itself. So if we look at 4, okay? Let's look at 4. As many of you know, right? 1 times 4 equals 4. But there's something else that equals 4, and that's 2 times 2 also equals 4. Right? So, this is a composite number because it has factors other than 1 in itself. Okay? So 25, right? 1 times 25 equals 25. But so does 5 times 5. Oh, 1 times 25 equals 25. But so does 5 times 5. That also equals 25. So 25 is composite. Awesome. Now 27, okay? 27's a weird one, right? Because we know that 1 times 25 equals, or 1 times 27, sorry. 1 times 27 equals 27. But something I want to point out here, okay, is the divisibility rule of 3, which I know I let you guys watch a video on that. But 2 plus 7, right, those are the numbers, so we took the 2 and the 7. So 2 plus 7 equals 9. 9 is divisible by 3. Divisible by 3. So 27 is divisible by 3. So if 27 is divisible by 3, okay, then that means there's something you can multiply by 3 to get to 27, okay? So if you want to, you can come into your calculator, okay? Calculator. Alright. And you can even try 27 divided by 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. So what that means is that 3 times 9 equals 27. So 27 is composite. So, all this is really, really important as we come into prime factorization, okay? Prime factorization is finding which prime numbers multiply together to make the original number. Okay, if you want to put it simply, that's what that's. Alright, so let's find the prime factorization of 36. And the way we do this is by using a factor tree. Okay? Which some of you may be familiar with, but we use a factor tree, okay? In 36, okay, we want to think about what is the smallest number, prime number, okay, because it's prime, that we can multiply to get to 36. Now remember, okay, 3 plus 6 equals to 9. 9 is divisible by 3, therefore 36 is divisible by 3. And there's something that you can multiply by 3 to get to 36. So if you come into your calculator, you can do 36 divided by 3, and you get 12. So, awesome. Now, I think you guys know what you can multiply to get to 12, but to get to multiply to 12, it's usually either 6 and 2 or 3 and 4. Now we can do either or, and it doesn't matter. We'll end up with the same answer. So let's do 2 and 6. All right? When you get a prime number like 3, circle it. 2 is also a prime number, so circle it. To get to 6, okay, you have to multiply 2 times 3. And those are both prime numbers, okay? We're done. We factored everything out. We are at our prime factorization. So, 36. Okay. So, let's erase that. So, 36 is equal to 3, okay, times 2, times 2, times 3. So all I did was take all the numbers that I multiplied together, right, that I circled, and did it like this. Now let's put it in order. So 36 equals 2 times 2 should go in the front because those are the smallest numbers, and then 3 times 3. So that is your prime factorization. All right, let's do one more. Let's try 48. So let's try the prime factorization of 48. So like I said, we're going to draw our little factor tree, 48. Now, 8 is even, so 48 is even. So that means there's something that we can multiply by 2 to get to 48. And if you come into your calculator again, you can try 48 divided by 2. You'll get 24. Okay. So 24, all right, 4 is even, therefore 24 is even, and that means that there's something we can multiply by 2 to get to 24. Now some of you guys might already know this, some of you might not. So 2 times something, right, and I forgot to circle this 2, right, because 2 is prime. This 2 is prime. So, if you come into your calculator, you can try 24 divided by 2, and you'll get 12. Alright, well, 12's not prime, so we got to keep going. So, we can try 2 times 6 again. And 6 is, and circle that 2, because that's a prime number. And then 2 times 3. Circle those. Alright, so we're all done. 48 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Alright guys, I hope that helped. If you have any more questions, just get at me through Portal or through Teams, or you can email me or on the Remind app. Either way, we can totally talk. Alright guys, bye.